Alright, so if you guys more of a more direct video, I guess I wanted to kind of go in depth on something that I have kind of wanted to talk about or put into words for a while. I don't really know how to do it. I just got off Whole Foods work like 30 minutes ago, got home, but I was like, usually I take a nap when I get off work this early, but I just felt like recording this. So the video or topic is having confidence or having remarkable confidence, just feeling free, and whether it be in how you feel about yourself or perceive or view yourself, or how you stop caring what other people think and you realize that it genuinely doesn't matter at all. I feel like everyone at some point in their life reaches that. Some people sadly probably don't. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how people go their whole lives and never kind of realize this kind of stuff. I'm just lucky that I realized it very early on, I guess. But the way I could put it is, no one knows who you are, if that makes sense. Like people you see out, stores, shopping, out in the world, people only see a small glimpse of you and who you are and what you do, and that's the image they see of you. You know, you can put on, some people put on acts, they're totally different people on the inside than how they are seen on the outside to people, you know. Those are fake people, obviously, you know, it just depends. You will meet those kind of people, I'm sure, over in life at certain points. But I guess what I mean is relative to feeling confident or just with your own self, is no one knows your own path and what you have going on, what you have going for yourself. You could be doing really well or not doing really well, or feeling down or feeling happy, whatever. But people only see a small part of you. Think about it, their lives that they are going through, their own path, their own worries, their own plans, thoughts, whatever, dreams. And they see you in a small glimpse of that. They're not worried about what you're doing 99% of the other time. They just see you in that small period of time, you know? And what I mean that relative to confidence is, have confidence in yourself, in what you're doing and the path you're on, you know? Everyone has a different experiences and different, you don't really know what people go through, obviously. People say, oh, it's weird because everyone knows this stuff. This is not like some fucking hidden knowledge that I'm bringing up, where it's like, oh, you know, always be kind to people. You never know what they're going through. They could have just found out someone passed away, or they could have had lost a job or had really bad news or whatever. But then I feel like people know that, but still don't really reflect it or show that or act like it. Whereas for me, it's just, whenever I see people or meet people or just customers, whatever, I treat them all the same. You know, obviously if people are being rude or overly, it's like you draw a line at a certain point, you know, or doing something wrong, whatever. Because there are bad people. It's not to say everyone's perfect, but when I see someone, I understand kind of what they might be going through, or what they might, you know, why they might be acting a certain way. You know, everyone's just has their choices led up to that point in their own path, you know. And so it's kind of more so just not letting what someone else thinks or says affect you at all, you know. I used to be so much different just even a year ago, I want to say, before I started this other job, and when I worked at like my previous jobs and stuff. I used to be at like Costco and stuff like that. I was there for like one season. It was really temporary, but I was just so much different back there. I was just very like quiet to myself. Like I was very, not shy, but just I wouldn't be overly talkative. And now it's like the complete opposite, because I realize it's like you kind of look around, everyone's doing their own thing, or it's like they're not focused on you at all. You know, they don't care. And I'm just much more open and relaxed and confident and just speaking whatever. Confident doesn't mean like cocky or arrogant or whatever. It just means like you talk with purpose and you know what you're saying is, you know who you know who you are. You know, it's not like you're being I don't know how to put it. Like, just have confidence knowing that when you talk, people, you always think, I used to have always this judgment where it's like, whenever I speak, like, people are judging me, or like, people are like, what the fuck is this guy saying? Like, I don't know, it's like a weird mental where it's like, oh, this person, it's weird because it's just completely wrong. Now that I see it so clearly, it's like, I feel like the best way I could put it is, again, self-doubt and self-confidence, right? Put in yourself this image where, think about the person you're talking to. They just met you, whatever, they're just helping them out. You could have just fucking landed off your private jet to your job, and you could have just got $1 million contract the day before, whatever. Like, you could be doing amazing, and it's like, doesn't mean you're better than that person or they're better than you, but you could be doing great. So what does it matter what someone else says or thinks of you in any way when you're in your own area? You know what I mean? Another comment I saw, a great way they put it was, it's kind of a veil being lifted. I don't know if I said that right. But when you kind of lose a family member, or you lose like a friend, like just loss in general, you understand kind of going through it, that's what everyone goes through. Everyone who's ever lived and ever will live sadly has that in common, which you will lose someone, you'll lose people, whatever. It's just loss. Or breakup, for example. That's an easier, lighter one, I guess. Not lighter, but compared to death, obviously. But just think about, I feel like I went through something relative to that, like 6 or so months ago. And this whole thing was just like a journey of me, like, kind of coming to terms with it, but also realizing, seeing, like, how people are out in the real world. Like, yeah, some people look unhappy, some people look miserable, some people look happy. It's just all how people view it. It doesn't mean the happy people never went through stuff. They could have went through just as horrible stuff as the other people, but they just take it better and deal with it better. That's that video I made the other day, where it's just about how you react to stuff and how you deal with it majority of the time. But anyway, like I was saying, it's kind of excuse me, there's a horrible cough all day, all morning. It's kind of like this veil being lifted, where you realize, like, everyone's going through things, and you're kind of just, you just stop caring what other people might think or say or whatever, because it's just irrelevant to you, you know? Yeah, I don't really know how to put it, but that's the best way I could say it. Again, it doesn't mean that you, like, just kind of act out and act like, just be rude, whatever, because you don't care. It just means you, are confident in your own thinking, your own beliefs, and your own whatever. And, you know that if all you want to do is, spread kindness, whatever, just put out your best self, you know you're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing for you to be ashamed or worried of, or, like, scared. Now, there's nothing wrong with being antisocial or being shy. If you don't like to talk to people, and that's fine. I love people. I love to talk to people, and I just find it very interesting, the aspect of life, just everyone being so different, different looks, different personalities, different humor. I just find it all very, I don't know. It's always interesting to me. That's why when I meet a new customer, I really try to talk to them. And some days I'm sure I'm tired and I'm kind of just floating on by, I'm not really present. But most of the time I try to kind of be there, yeah, I don't know. Also, I kind of thought I'd be more in depth with this video, but so it's the next day. I just wanted to cut in real quick and add a little part that I realized I missed, I wanted to cover, which was more specifically and related to having confidence, or being kind of just confident in your thinking and what you have and your beliefs. And it's very easy you can kind of notice it with people based on how they act, or the kind of energy they put out, If you have confidence, if you have peace of mind like that, excuse me, it kind of shows through the way you react to what people say, or jokes, or how comfortably you can joke about things, for example. If you feel confident that you have something, or you know that the reality is what it is, you're able to joke about things about yourself, or have you're able to have like, let's say, make fun of yourself, like just have humor where it's like you are comfortable joking like that because you know it's not true. You know the reality of things, you know? Whereas you see people who may have to like say things to get validation, or to brag about this, I have this, I got this, or whatever. Or like if you make a joke about them, they get super defensive, or like shut you down or insult you, whatever. It shows on them and not on you, you know? Not that you should be joking like that constantly, obviously, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so if you're able to joke about that kind of stuff, and it kind of means that you are comfortable in what you know and believe, and you're able to kind of, talk like that. And that's kind of what I just joke around a lot about stuff in general, because I just don't take life and everything too seriously. You know, I take it seriously because it is, but at a certain point, you're supposed to kind of just step back and not take every little thing so life or death, Another thing is relative to how I am always kind of taking every moment or every day with significance. And I think oh my God, I made a video about that, on that before, taking every day with significance. Because the way I think about it is, you're only in the moment you're in once, whether it be you wake up, it's a new day, 24 hours, you don't know what will happen in that day, beginning of the day, the morning could be normal, by the night it could have had a completely different change for the good or the bad, you just never know. What lies ahead is just has to unfold, But as you're moving through life and time, you're only in that one area once, whether it be a day at work, coworkers, whatever. You could be interacting with a coworker who you don't even know, but you never even see again after that day. Maybe they quit the job, maybe they, like, God forbid, maybe they pass away, whatever. Like, let's say something tragic happens, and that's the uncertainty of everything, And that's why I always have confidence in just carrying myself throughout the day and being the best I can be, because I know that in any moment things can change. And like I was working, this was a while ago, but I had a friend at church I was working with, and he is not with us anymore. This was like months ago, maybe 6 or so more months ago. But just like that, it was like, I used to work with him for like 5 years almost every Sunday morning. And now he just like went to a different church. He got fired. So that just showed me, like, damn, things are just really temporary like that, and you don't have control, you just don't know. So yeah, I guess that's how I view everything, is like, everyone goes through things, everyone can go at any moment, you don't know anything, that's why I just take stuff so significantly, like every day and every moment of time that I'm in, I guess. And it sucks, I see people not doing that, and it makes me like feel bad, like I wish they knew, I wish they felt that way, to kind of just appreciate everything, as opposed to just kind of not doing that. But I guess everyone learns at different periods of time, Everyone learns in their own path, or their own, I don't know. Anyway, back to the real video. Yeah, I guess that's the best way I could put it, is have confidence knowing that no one else knows you, as in, they don't know everything about you, they see a little part of you, a little glimpse of you in their time. They all got their own things they're worrying about. So don't always think that people are judging you, or people are like, oh, they're just getting by themselves, they're just dealing with their own things. It's funny, when you kind of introduce humor a lot, as in just like kind of understanding people, you notice like older people are some like elderly are like just very quiet to themselves and not really talkative, and like some people are even rude, and it's just like, that's a whole other area. But then others are just very lively and like laughing and just very like friendly, just very like kind. Like this sweet old lady I had today was like helped her pick out some cheese and like some, or not wine, but like just cheese and stuff. And she was just really, I don't know, it was just, when you treat people kind of nicely, it just feels good in a way. Obviously, there's the customers that aren't going to be that delightful to deal with, but that says nothing on you, you know, that reflects on them. Yeah, so I don't know how else to really say. Alright, well, we'll go eat and take a nap or something, but I had to get back in the gym. I haven't gone in like 3 days or something. Yeah, so anyway, I'll see you guys next time I make a video. I guess, I don't know. Be happy. Thanks for watching.